The candy corn and put it in the damn thing.
Probably Dahmer.
Sugary tweet.
It has to be my
Why? We's married. And we's gonna always be married. I love you. You always do this to me. You always do this to me.
My headphones on. Bullshit.
I say all that in the
Bullshittery. Why am I not going live on? All right. You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
I read it, daddy. I read it, daddy. All right. Forgot how to do this. Intro. All right, welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend. And with me, as always, is my beautiful co-host, called Girl Sex, better known as Fox, about to roast our ass today.
Anyway, hey y'all. What's up?
Yeah, let me tell you something. You're going to meet a woman in your lifetime, for the men out there. You're going to meet a woman in your lifetime, and you're going to be like, yo, this the woman for me. She's the yin to my yang. She's the things that I needed to be. She completes me. She's my divine twin flame. And then she gonna remind you when holiday time come around that she eat fucking candy corn. And you gonna understand that all the shit she said about your food being good and like all the things she said about, oh man, I just love me a man that can cook. Who the fuck couldn't cook for somebody who eat candy corn?
Anyway, see this? Let's see right here.
Candy corn.
I eat this yellow and orange goodness. Okay.
That shit ain't got no actual food in it. Candy corn. And then she keep trying to offer to me.
It's candy. It's sugar.
This is what Bobby Brown felt like when Whitney was trying to full stack fucking cocaine on him.
It's a lie. That's not how the story goes.
That's what Bobby said. That's what Bobby said.
Yeah, sure. Whitney
I
can't
wasn't
talk for herself to tell her side.
I actually should have told that the dude who be reading the stars from behind, should have told him like, and Bobby, stop lying on me. She ain't say that. She said it was hot. I took the regular amount of coke out. Yo, Fox really eat fucking candy corn, though. I'm blown.
I eat candy corn. I love candy corn, especially during Halloween time because that's the only time I can find them. So I love candy corn.
I don't know who you text, Art. You probably text Fox. I ain't see a text from you.
I didn't get it.
But let me tell you something. Everybody should understand that I'm in mourning because I just remember my wife eat candy corn. So I don't even know if I can cook no more. So everybody who thought I can cook, thought I could throw down, who knows? My wife eat candy corn.
You do. You can cook.
Does it taste like candy corn?
No, candy corn is different. Look, they got little pumpkin ones too.
That
was a big one.
That's what she said.
Back to the podcast.
This is the podcast. I'm fucking disgusted. You really just
Listen.
over here thumping some candy corn. Like,
all right, who are you texting? Let us know who you're texting.
And if you text me on Messenger when you got my actual cell phone number, Art, that shit is all your fault. 100% all your fault, brother. You cannot blame me for any of that if you text me on there. Yeah.
Listen, so today's the Day of Atonement. and basically it's
Devil's candy.
reparations day. So you just kind of making amends. Those sins you've done against God, those sins you've done against people, things that you didn't know that you've done to hurt people, injury, etc. And I just find it funny how some people don't know that they've wronged you. Like how could you like not know that you've done something, especially something that's really big and really obvious? How could you not feel that you've done something wrong?
Do that person eat candy corn?
Oh my God.
That's what you should be atoning for with God. That is a sin against God. Eating candy corn.
He ain't
Yeah,
say
Art
that.
just said it. Devil's candy.
That ain't nowhere in the Bible.
And neither is half the other shit you be saying. Like, hey, God knew my heart. That shit ain't in it either. Like, well, anyway, I don't know. I think people really legitimately, I think people make up a story in their head. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel this way. I keep telling myself this story. I keep justifying it in my mind to be like, well, this is what I did, and this is what it looks like, and she should see it this way. He should see it that way, and blah, 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 to the point you tell yourself that story so much that becomes your reality. That's why it's called recollection. It's like you can make yourself remember things. It's just like the same way when we have traumatic experiences or whatever, we'll cut out some of that shit, right, so that it doesn't, so that we can carry on and go on with our lives. I think that's the same thing people do in normal relationships.
I guess so, because I don't understand how you don't know something big. Now, something subtle, and what I call subtle is like maybe you've said something somebody took offense to,
and
that you didn't mean to be that way, intentionally. And those are things that, okay, well, I didn't know, but a direct action that caused either physical or emotional hurt, and that was expressed. How could you not know?
I think it
or
really
not do anything to rectify it?
because I really think it still comes down to the fact that people will sit there and say whatever they did to justify, right? Especially when you get to talk about people who want to lean on religion. The first thing you do is just like go find something in there, you know what I'm saying? Go find something in there that justifies why you did something. You know what I mean? Because if you really look at it, you can go grab and pick from any religious book and get two contradictory statements or something like that. And this works for this case. And then it's like, well, that don't work for the next case. Well, let me go find another scripture, you know what I'm saying, that works for that case. So I think people just operate in that area, and then people don't want to admit they're wrong. Like, admitting that you're wrong, especially the older you get, if it's not something that you've been practicing, that should just get hard until you get on your deathbed. Like, that's when people just, like, let all the shit go. But all of the bullshit armor and everything, the bricks and, you know what I mean, the masonry bricks that people building up for their relationships and all of the things in their life to justify how they behave and how they don't forgive and how they judge people and all the hypocritical stuff they do, a lot of times they just don't see it because of the way that they operate. Hey, Rocky, I'm going to come in that cage with you and put you in a headlock, bro. You was making a lot of noise.
He groaned so loud.
Yeah.
Like a grown-ass man that you've wronged.
No.
That's like,
that's what, because he over here hearing this hypocrisy. He like, how they over here not seeing that they wrong, talking, she eating candy corn, and I'm over here laying on my side of the house. You know what I mean? Like, that's how they feel. But I think, and that's the human mind in me and the way people operate and do things like, machines, mechanical, electrical stuff. That's my wheelhouse, right? Like, that's the easy stuff to figure out. Supposed to do this, supposed to do that. This wire broke. This gear broke. Ain't enough oil. This part need to get replaced. This shaft bent. All of that stuff is like not per se easy, but it's a technical method to get down through the bullshit to find it, right? Like, if you go through a technical troubleshooting procedure for a machine, you are going to find out what's wrong. There's not going to be no hocus pocus shit. But with people, it's just like, it could be a million things for no reason. Just because if you really think about how complex the human mind is, and we got like neurosurgeons that's barely touching the surface, you know what I mean? Let alone regular ass people, you know what I mean, running around here who still like read stuff with their finger underneath the word and shit, like that little bouncy ball on PBS or something. Right. So when you think about that, I think people are just naturally inclined, and nobody wants to be the bad guy in their story.
yeah.
And if they do be the bad guy in their story, it's like
But what are you afraid of about being the bad guy? That someone's going to look at you differently, or what insecurity do you have about being the bad guy in a story?
So I give you the transparency for me. So before with me, you know what I mean, when I be and when I be like heavy in my manipulation bag with women and shit like that before, I wouldn't want to be like, I'll come in there and it's like I'm Superman. Am I manipulating you?
No.
All right then.
I icy past all that shit.
Icy past all that shit. You eat candy corn, so your fucking opinion don't matter. But
Let me eat another damn candy.
oh my, this podcast has been brought to you by diabetes. Type 1 and 2 by my fucking wife over here eating this. When they chop your goddamn foot off when you 90 because you was eating candy corn, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
Wave that motherfucker around my head like a helicopter. Just a fox foot on the string. Look at it. Go ahead. Pop open that. Go ahead. Let everybody hear you opening up that devil's candy. That shit tastes like stale.
No, it don't. It's fresh.
What is fresh candy corn?
You know
When they
the
made it, 83?
You know the difference between them.
That candy corn older than you.
Just focus on the podcast.
I can smell it. My nose stuffed up and I can smell like candy corn. That shit smell like hard malls and chillings.
No,
That's what candy corn smell like. But now, so like when in that time frame, you want to be this guy, right? Because it's like you look at who you are, and a lot of times as people, we're not happy with who we are. So it's kind of like I want to be somebody else. So the first thing we do, we've always been taught, fake it till you make it. So let me portray I'm this person that I'm not, right? Like women are portrayed that they're beautiful and they look like me with a 27-piece wig on, and then men will portray that they're tough or they got money and stuff like that, and they broke as hell and they ain't never want to fight in their life, right? So we portray that we're the person that we want to be, and we've been taught that whole idea. Don't put that shit up there so I can see it on the podcast. Get it out. Don't put it in the screen.
You don't want people to see my camera.
Oh my God, man, you my wife. Stop embarrassing me. But nah, ain't nobody begging for that shit. But no, so you want to be a certain person or something like that, right? So when you become this person, and the like admiration and like love and attention, the perceived love, right? The affection and everything that you think that you're getting for being that person is one, it's addictive, and then two, it's like, see, I knew this is the person I should be, this and that. And then when you get that kink in your armor, it's like, it's like this thing happened and you're not really that, and this thing happened, you know what I mean? It's like this thing happened and you find out that I ain't got money, or this thing happened and you find out that I lied or some shit like that, or this thing happened and I find out that corset does not stay on all day, or this thing happened and your wig fall off in the pool, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, woo, you know what I mean? So that kink in the armor is gone, right? And you got to think even when people take photos, right? Like you can see that people want to portray who they are, because you would literally, like, I've met women on dating sites before that would like be completely made up, this and that, and then you go meet them and it's like, did you think we wasn't going to eventually meet? Like, what did you want to build this on? Oh, you should just accept that I'm a dope person. I still need to be attracted to you. Like, you know what I mean? You look like a German Shepherd. Like, no, we ain't doing this, right? So, and it's the same thing. Like, when you know with dudes is like, well, I'm going to tell her I'm 6'3", because I want to be 6'3", and I want to be this, and I want to be that. And then you walk up and do titty height.
Heart.
Yeah, I got the heart of a 6'3" dude. You know what I'm saying? And then he walk up in his titty height, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
But your feet say 5'8".
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think people want to portray that this person, and it's hard because it's like when reality hits them, it's almost like I've made this persona. This has been like my what we call a representative. This is what I've been putting out, and now it's like reality hits. I'm still stuck in this situation. It's almost like a tear in reality between being like, you know what I mean, the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type thing. You know what I'm saying? When they come out, and they just struggle to deal with that. And
so how did you cope with that?
I really just stopped liking people for a certain amount of time, because I was like, yeah, you know what? Everybody full of shit. And really it came into that thing where it come like, once I get it into my mind about something that's really like lying, it's like my grandfather would say, if you lie about something, you're afraid. And now, I don't like that idea. I'm fucking Marty McFly. Don't call me chicken. Goddamn. So once I start getting into that, well, you're afraid of this and that. Fuck, I'm not afraid of. I go bite this goddamn giraffe in the neck. Like whatever I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? So you just get to a point where really was my sense of pride, right? My pride is like one of my greatest things, and it's one of my worst things, right? So fucking my pride gonna be the death of me, and I'm probably proud of it. But but like
I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, but you'll let know if I start bullshitting how you die. He was too proud. No, so it was just a pride thing, because it's like you could pretend to be the man that you want to be. Mm-hmm. And I can only speak for men, right? Like in women, some of this might resonate, some of it might not. But right, I can pretend to be the man I want to be, or I can make the steps to become that man, right? And one of the things I heard too recently that resonated with that is that people shouldn't lie. People should tell the truth, but at a minimum, they shouldn't lie. And I was like, that's the same thing. And I'm like, no, it ain't, because not lying is like, well, you say something and I just don't say nothing. Like that's like omission is betrayal. Like that's like I'm not lying. I just didn't say anything, right? And but telling the truth is telling you everything. It's what we consider the truth. Like omission is betrayal, unobjectified truth. These are things that would affected your decision. Like, hey, baby, is it safe to go outside? Yeah, but there's a bear down the street. I'm gonna keep that to myself. You know what I mean? Like that is a lie. You know what I'm saying? That's not. So it's like telling the truth, and telling the truth takes a certain level of bravery and humility. Yeah, like so that's two things that people don't have a lot of is courage and humility.
Cowardly dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog was a fucking G. Like that dude was really out there with two old ass people fighting for his goddamn life. I don't really think Courage the Cowardly Dog was that much of a cat. Scooby Doo, coward.
So when people end up realizing that they've done, so you use yourself as an example. So when you realize all things that you've done or whatever to hurt, harm, or whatever to people, in whatever way, how did you end up rectifying the situation with
You don't rectify all the situations, right? Because some people ain't going to allow the situation. I feel like the situation is rectified when you're willing to admit it, right? Like, for instance, when things with my ex-wife or something, it's like, I will admit that, like, the things that I did wrong, right? So, in some of it, I just looked down at this comment from Manny when he said, I feel I aged out of it. I cared less and less about it. She cares about my wallet. My representative acts like a 19-year-old part-time teenager at Target. I don't get paid enough to care. Yeah. So, the rectifying thing is like, what do you consider rectifying, right? Because it's like, am I rectifying because I got to go back and tell everybody I apologize, this and that, da-da-da? No, because I'm the type of like, for instance, we was talking about the last podcast. I don't like jump scares. If you jump out and scare me, pretty solid chance I'm going to punch you in your shit. I'm going to sock you square in the snot box. I'm probably not going to apologize for that because I feel as though it was your fault. But I should apologize because I broke your nose. You know what I mean? So it takes for you to be able to like, you know what? I shouldn't have punched him. And you know how hard it is to go from I'm justified by punching you in the face to, well, I still should be apologizing because you're hurt to I should apologize to you that I hurt you. It was the wrong thing to do. And I'm not even going to give you my side of the story to justify it saying that, well, you shouldn't have jumped out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So those are huge levels of learning to apologize. And a lot of times, especially, this ain't even just a man thing. People don't know how to apologize because it hurts to say you wrong because this it's like giving up. And we always want to fight tooth and nail about everything, right? So it's like almost it's like yielding to someone. It's like, all right. Yeah. You know what? I apologize because you just want to be like, nope, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm on the ropes.
Not only that, it's the justification that you said. Well, you did this to me, so now I don't feel bad for hurting you, or I don't feel fuck how you feel, basically.
Yeah, because
hurt me first.
Because I think like when you look at it in levels, right? Like now, if you had asked me when I was a kid, and you said, what if somebody ran up in here right now and tried to hurt one of your kids, right? Well, I mean, like say like when I had a teenager high, they won, like you know what I'm saying? You're talking about 1-2-year-old or something like that. Somebody came in, they tried to hurt them, I stopped them. Now the difference between me at 18, 19 years old and me now is that then I'm going to kill him because I know I can get away with it. Like my mindset is going to be like, I'm going to kill him and I'm justified, so I have the right to kill this person. Me at this age is like, I'm going to use the amount of force that I need to stop you from doing this and to make sure that it don't happen again. I don't necessarily got to kill you, right? And that's things that come with maturity. Yeah, am I justified? Yes. Is it moral to push harder than you have to push when you need to? You know what I'm saying? Like when I have to break something. I can just break it, or do I need to shatter it, break it to little pieces, this and that, send a whole message to the world or something like that? Like maybe it is a dude that I need to do that to him, put his head on a pike outside in the middle of or something like that. But that's the difference of, and that's how you grow as a person. And I think it's the same way that you grow in a person when you're looking at redemption and you look at your life and really look at like the legacy and what really matters about prioritizing things. Like in our relationship, do it really matter who right? No, it really mattered that we're not upset at each other and having a shitty day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I'm wrong, you're wrong. It's like, and you know, like a lot of times, even when you apologize, you're like, okay, baby, I'm wrong. I don't give a fuck. I just don't want it to happen again. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I'm like, I don't care about being wrong. I just want you to know that this isn't okay and I don't want to do it. I don't need to, like, a lot of times it's not about the apology. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the apology. It's like, I just don't want this to happen no more. You know what I mean? Because it don't matter, because when we look at arguments, especially in relationships, and all relationships to me are like, it's similar to the relationship that you'll have, right? It's a lot of the dynamics of a relationship are very similar, right? Whether it's our kids, whether it's our friends, our significant other, our parents, our grandparents, you know, siblings. I think that it's a lot of things that are similar, and I think we just got to understand the give and take of it. And, you know what I mean? And you just got to, how much that relationship mean to you?
Yeah.
Are you just going to be stubborn? Some people are petty enough. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like Bunny, my best friend. But let me tell you something. That's Petty LaBelle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she can hold a grudge like nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that we talk about and it's not something that she about to just turn over a leaf today. You know what I mean? But she kind of like, oh, don't let me get comfortable don't let me get comfortable missing you.
Yeah.
Because once I'm comfortable with it, we good. You can stay your ass where you at, right?
Yeah.
So, I said I'm a Viking.
You're such a damn Viking, son.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I mean, what do you think about that? Like in the area of forgiveness, Mrs. No Takebacks? OG No Takebacks?
So for me, forgiveness is not for the other person. It's not for the other person. Forgiveness is for me. And so it is, and what that looks like is me forgiving myself for either allowing myself to be put in that situation or me behaving badly that I know, it's not becoming of myself. So I need to apologize to me for bringing this upon myself in some way, right? It doesn't have to be for the other person, like, because I don't feel the need to apologize unless I understand why I hurt you or, something like that. Yes. Okay. This means enough to you, or you mean enough to me to where I see my wrongs and I apologize for my actions. But, just to be forgiving people, I don't need to forgive you because forgiveness is for me. It's not for the other person.
Yeah. I think forgiving and forgetting are two completely separate things, right? For instance, I can truly forgive you for something because when I feel like if it takes up any space in my mind, that ain't fair to me, right? Like if I'm sitting there and it's like, I hate that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate him. You know what I mean? I hope he stub his toenail on the side of the bed. You know what I mean? Like if I'm feeling any way like that, that's a prison for me. Like that, you living rent free in my mind.
Yeah.
Right. So for me to let go of that, it's like a lot of times you hold on to a grudge. What does it do for you? Like you gonna make the new Drake album about nobody believed in me? No, like. So it's like, what are you holding on to these feelings about another person? Why are you letting another person have this type of effect, control over you and stuff like that, right? It's like, you just got to let it go. Like, especially, it only makes it hard really in those cases when a person manipulates you, right? Like when they manipulate you, especially when they're like a manipulator who plays victim. You know what I mean? Especially like, these people who done read like 2 or 3 books or something, went to therapy once or twice, and now they want to drop every word like, narcissist and all this other stuff. And really what that winds up being is empathic narcissists, right? Where they just like, compassionate narcissists or something like that, where it's like, oh, I feel this way, and they got all these feelings, and people manipulate you. So I think that makes it hard. But I think besides that, it's like you got to learn to forgive people. I think people take forgiving as like, yo, we good, you right back here. But like for instance, if you came to my house and you stole, I can forgive you, right? But let's say I had a safe somewhere. I left a safe open. You took something out of the safe.
What's the difference between those people? Because I feel like the people who have to tell the person, hey, I forgive you. I'm like, do you buy that? Are you just telling, you have to hear it out loud to make you feel as though you do forgive this person?
I don't think forgiveness has to be a verbal thing or out loud, right? Like I think forgiveness is for me. It's to release me. Like I feel the way you do. It's not for the other person. It's like, whatever. You might not give a damn if I apologize. You know what I mean? Like it's been people when I grew up, I done said like, yo, you know what? I forgive you now. Forgive me for what, motherfucker? I meant it. Like, You know what I'm saying? What? Now we right back into it. Right now I got to sock your ass in the nose again. And it's like, and I'm not going to apologize this time. But I think it's one of them things you do for you, right? Because you never know. Now, I think if you have a conversation with that person, you should be able to say you apologize if you do. Not apologize, but you forgive them if you do. But I don't think you got to go and seek nobody out to forgive them.
No,
I don't think that's necessary. And fuck all that. You did this. You know what I'm saying? You burned this bridge, goddamn. I ain't building it back and walking over here to tell you it's all right. I don't think that's necessary. But I think the forgiveness is a part of being necessary. And if you think that you don't have to forgive a person, then I think that that's sadly mistaken, because I think the things in life, and this is just my opinion, I think a lot of the things in life that are the hardest thing to do for us are the things we need to do the most, right? Like, so if forgiving is the hardest thing to do for you, you need to learn how to forgive. If your temper is the hardest thing to do, the hardest thing to control for you, that you need to learn how to control that. Whatever your impulses, your vices, and whatever things are controlling you that you are basically treating like God because you're worshiping that temper, you're worshiping those things. Whatever those are, I feel like you need to work to get them under control. Like, for instance, like, you know what I mean? My temper might be the worst for me, but for you, it's like, I'm not really an angry fox. You know what I mean? Like, so temper's easy, but forgiving's hard. And for me, I'm like, all right, well, forgiving's easy. So it just depends on what's your dragon, right? Like, what's the dragon you got to fight?
Yeah, I don't know about forgiveness so much as it being something that's hard for me to do, because I can do it. I have done it. I just don't find the value in it more so than finding my place in it, finding my blame for that situation. So, because not all the time you get a chance to say sorry or whatever the case is, or have that person say sorry to you.
But but we just said, like, I don't think the forgiveness is, hey, I'm sorry to you. It's that I've come to terms with this and I've let this go. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you just said, you also just said that forgiveness is hard for you or something like that. So it's like, well, if it's not hard, because you should probably do it. So I don't want to. Like, I think the way that I forgive is internally for me. I don't believe it's for
But that's still forgiving, though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that you have to make this verbal forgive. It's just like forgiving is releasing that energy that this negative situation, which is more than likely negative, right? That this negative situation has held on you, right? Yeah. So that this time that it's been holding in your heart, it's been heavy in your heart, it's been on your mind, it ruins your day or something when you think about it on a Wednesday and it's raining. You know what I mean? It's like, the forgiving is letting that go, right? Because to be upset with a person, that is energy that you got to burn to be upset with somebody, right? Like, to think about somebody and be like, I hate them. That's energy that you got to burn. That's a mental prison that you in.
And you go out your way to hate somebody too. Like,
you
really legitly go out of your way. You make yourself think about this person. You make yourself
things remind you of them.
Remembering, I'm supposed to be mad.
Yeah, like you don't even want to be mad. You don't even want to be mad. Then you see this person, you just like, you're like a child, right? You're like a child when they catch your attitude when you say something like, she said I couldn't have cake. And then you just pouting your face out and doing all that crazy shit. So to me, that is that's what the big thing about forgiveness is, really.
Oh, thank you. What's up, sister?
Keita, what up? Yeah, I wanted to get into this can't make this shit up. I got one for you, Fox.
Oh, what's the can't make this shit up? So we go into the second topic of the
shit up. I gotta go back. I don't know how to get my DMs. Fox, how you get my DMs? I know you know.
I don't know. I know how to get in your phone though.
I know how to get where I need to get.
Phone and your laptop.
Yeah.
I ain't figured out DMs yet.
This going? Yeah, so anyway, a man caught on camera urinating on the grave of his ex-wife.
You didn't read the other part.
Man caught on camera urinating on the grave of his ex-wife while his current wife watched.
So who put him on camera?
So, here we go. Let's get into the story. All right, so Deja Monet, a disgruntled New Jersey man. Deja Monet. That's probably why he mad. He named Deja.
New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. Yeah, you know what? We piss on somebody. That's what happened when you don't forgive somebody. Yo, this disgruntled New Jersey man was caught on camera urinating on his ex-wife's grave, a woman he married 48 years prior.
You talking about holding grudges?
Grudges.
Forgiveness?
That's some goddamn for you need some forgiveness.
Years.
The video was recorded by Michael.
The
video was recorded by Michael Murphy, 43, who caught his mother's ex-husband, Linda Louise Torello, urinating on her gravesite. Torello passed away in 2017 after battling cancer at the age of 66. Murphy explained to the Daily Mail that he and his family wanted to find out who kept desecrating his mother's grave after finding bags of poop near her tombstone. Upon their discovery, they saw Torello's ex-husband continuously urinating on the gravesite 5 times that week.
Damn.
But what? You going out your way.
What did she do to him?
That's all I want to know.
What did she do?
That's on God. That's all I want to know.
He is literally spending the rest of his days. And the wife, like, she allows him to go and do this. Like,
But wait, there's more. So a man from Bergen County, New Jersey has been leaving bags of poo and pissing on my mother's tombstone almost every morning like a normal routine, assisted by his wife also.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. We have weeks and months of evidence, and it has been reported to the police and news outlets. No one in the family has had contact with him since 1976 or so. So how he found my mother's gravesite, we're not sure, they wrote on Facebook. The crazy thing is the wife pissed on it too.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, that's
what did this lady do? Did she take, like, she leave him, like, with nothing?
Nah, I need
That's what I'm thinking. Like, she must have left him with, like, nothing. His life just went to a downward spiral after she passed. This is hate right here.
Yeah, you think about this. Caught on camera urinating. His wife, he married 48 years prior.
48 years ago. Like, damn.
So
man,
I don't
over
know
there
when
yet?
they I don't know when they split, but he said they said they ain't
They
even
split. I
heard
can
from
tell you
him.
when they split. 48 years ago.
He said,
Like,
I mean, ex-grace, he married 40. You think they was split right
48
after that?
years prior.
Well, let me tell you something.
That's
That
a
is
long ass time.
That's a motherfucking grudge right there, dog.
Yeah.
That is a grudge.
Every morning he wake up with her on his mind. You know.
Yeah, that you're right, Keita. It's important to know why, because to be coming out there for I'm talking about. Think about this. That is me divorcing somebody, getting divorced from somebody, marrying you, and then we take our old ass and spend all of this time searching up this gravesite. No, his Google game can't be that good. He old as hell.
He got a bunch of Metamucil because he said every day.
Every
pooping.
day.
Like, he is really
Old people
regular.
don't even poop that much.
Right. That's why I'm like, he's really
know
regular.
what I'm saying?
He got
My-
Metamucil.
My boy is out here, and he probably eating asparagus and eating Metamucil so he can stank
So
piss
him
on
and
there
his
and poop.
wife do that? It has to
Together.
be something. What
Tag
did
team.
they do?
Back again.
What did she do? I mean,
I need to know.
deserve that.
Yo, this is
Who
this
knows the history?
exactly what I'm thinking.
That's the family tale right there. The
Yeah,
tall
I
tale
need
of
to
the
know.
family.
And Keita hit it right on the head where I'm at. Is like the wife should be upset. Like, you know,
That her husband, exactly.
yeah,
So,
like I'm out here,
That's,
eh,
what,
still out here. I'm gonna pee on her grave, baby. You
that's
coming?
why I just said. And the wife is just sitting there, like she's allowing him
wish-
to go to use up their time in the morning
Wish you would be
to
still.
go to the damn cemetery.
I wish you would be out there by yourself. Let me find out that you out there peeing on somebody's grave, and I'm gonna be like, I dig that motherfucker up. I got questions. Like, what did he do to you?
Ask you, fella.
Let me ask. I want to talk to the family. Tell me some things about this
that's
gentleman.
crazy.
Why is my wife still sprung on some shit from 48 years ago?
I'm sorry. What's her name? I'm about to see what kind of if she fluent or something.
Hell, Cooter said
I
it
just
sounds
can't
like
get
the
this.
next big Netflix special.
It does. Like, this is crazy to me. Like, what kind of hatred is that? Like, you make sure you come every day to piss and poop on this woman's grave. What did she do to you?
Like, you setting the alarm.
She
People
had to
that
take
old,
everything from him.
yo, people that old don't even be remembering to take their medicine. Like, my boy forgot his water pill, forgot his pressure pill, and took his ass right out there to make sure he go piss on.
Go pee.
He probably bought a
He
house
gotta
close
hold
by.
it. Right. He might as well.
The reason that he got
He
the
had to research and find out where she was buried.
and that's what I'm saying. It's not like his Google game was that tight. He old as hell.
Oh
Old
my
people don't know how to use
God.
Google. Maybe she passed
it.
disease on to him and the wife. It couldn't
It
have been
was
that bad of a
cancer.
disease.
She died from cancer.
Yeah, she died from cancer. Can't pass cancer. He passed the disease on to him and what he
It was cancer. Like,
unless she gave him that nutty buddy dick and then he's still mad.
nah, he married somebody else. She good.
So dudes with nutty buddy dick, people with nutty buddy be still getting married out
Oh
here.
my God.
You know what I'm saying? People be out here still with the gift that keeps on giving.
My uterus hurting. That's a no.
Wow, what happened? You peeing on somebody's grave? It's probably goddamn candy corn making your uterus hurt.
Oh my God.
Shit, probably
My candy corns.
tearing up. No, you need to leave them damn candy corn alone. I
I
don't
can't
know. If
believe that.
do you want to get into the shenanigans?
Of course.
All right. Well, if you're faint of heart, go ahead and get out of this
Speaking
conversation.
about family.
Speaking about family. So, well, who was it? So Kevin Gates had an interview, and he was talking about him and his cousin he was breaking dick off in his cousin, and then he found out it was his cousin. He like, man, I've been breaking dick off. Like, what am I supposed to do? Stop this and that. So the question is, at what point is a family member too close? Like, I'm talking about, and I ain't talking about you meet somebody at the store, find out they cute, go back to the family reunion, your uncle, like, you know that's your cousin, right? No, I'm talking about like y'all got married, y'all in love, like whoever your significant other is right now, and you find out what is close enough for you to be like, yo, it's over. Like, Keita, what's enough for you to be like, hey, Jeff, we done? You know what I'm saying? Like, we done, we too close.
If you found out right now.
Yeah, you
What
found
would
out
that
right
mean?
now. So I think it's easy to say that siblings is like, ugh.
Yeah, siblings,
Like siblings are.
definitely.
So if you found out, so
And I think, and my cousins too, because I think.
like what
cousins
level
are-
of cousin though? Because there's a lot of cousins.
Cousins I don't know, probably it'd be like, okay, well, shit, I ain't know, so
I'm talking.
you
So
ain't like brother to me, you know?
you know what I mean? So what if it's like, you find out later? It's like, boom, this is my first cousin. Ain't nobody know about.
Yeah, yeah.
So
that's
you find out I'm your
crazy.
first cousin. You leaving?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You leaving?
I got to. You my first cousin. Like, you like my daddy's or my mother's brother or child. Like, that's too close.
But
That's
step
too
sis,
close.
sis, I love you though.
No.
It's like,
I got step brother. No.
yo, so this what the crazy thing is when we got to think about. We was talking about like, cause that's when we
Matthew
started.
said third cousin.
Third
Okay.
cousin, you out?
Third
What the
cousin.
let me look up right quick to see. Because
Third
after first cousin, I don't
is-
know what it is.
Third cousin is your cousin's child, right? Though that's second cousin. Your cousin's child. Is that right?
That's a dog. A chow
That's
chow.
all.
It's your cousin's chow chow.
Yeah, because your first cousin,
All right. Just what the hell is the
I don't know
charter?
either. Yes, third. I say third cousin too because
I think, see, we just saying that shit like third cousin.
There we
Okay.
go.
I got to blow this shit up because I need a monocle for this.
The family tree.
All right. So first, how does this work?
So
I know. So we know first cousin is
your uncle's
if
child.
you my sister,
Uncle's
you have a
child.
child. That's my
Yes.
we're first. No, we're,
Uncle's child. So your auntie's child, that's your first cousin. That's your first cousin.
your cousins.
Your
now.
second cousin is your cousin's child. Okay? That's your second cousin. Because y'all removed the generation. So it's the second one. So that is your second cousin. And then that child's child is your third cousin.
Wow, we're breaking out the diagram.
I'm telling you what it is. I already know what it is.
Third cousins are blood related and considered to share the same blood as their common ancestors, their great grandparents. So they're related at the great grandparents. Second cousin is so. What is the second cousin?
Right. So that's your child. That's your cousin's child. It's your third cousin.
Second
Your-
cousins
your
are the children of
cousin's
first cousins.
child. Yes, that's what I just said. And your third one is those children, kids.
Okay, so if you my sister, your child that's my first cousin.
No,
That's my nephew, I
niece,
meant.
Nephew.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, our kids are first cousins,
Yes.
and then their kids will be second cousins,
Yes.
right? So Little Fox, Little Legend,
hmm
their first cousins, and then
So let's use Seth. Seth have Arya in them, right? They're cousins,
Yeah.
right? Arya
Their
and
kids
Seth
are gonna
have
be
baby
second
will
cousins.
will be like Seth's second cousin. So if Arya has a baby, it'll be Seth's second cousin. 'Cause
so
she's
what
the
would
first
Seth's
cousin.
baby and Arya's baby be to each other?
They would be second cousins to each other.
So Seth would be a second cousin to Arya's child, and little Seth.
Child, them two, they would be second cousins.
Okay, so what would Seth be? Just
So
was that
if
like a
the,
great?
so the
oh,
cousins, so the if the cousins babies have babies, then that would be the third cousin. But
yeah,
I think that's far enough removed from me. I think so. That's where I would like.
Sweet
okay.
home Alabama, boom 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 boom. Mama, I'm coming home. to
And then
you.
I think it would depend too. It would depend too how close we are. You know, like Ari and Seth, because they're close. So if
So it feels like
was a
never seen them
cousin
before?
that you don't really fool with, you heard of that person or something like that, and they have kids, and their kids have kids. That'd be your third cousin or whatever, and it's like,
So anything after third cousin, you
like,
still
well, I don't know. I didn't know you didn't hang out like that. Ain't no broco over here. We good. What's up though? What's up with it? What's up?
Sweet home Alabama. Yo, so the thing that's crazy to me. So I was listening like one of my psychology classes back in college, right? And Freud was talking about that that like the attraction that happens between the child and their parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You remember that from psychology class?
Yeah.
Talking about that. So this is a natural thing that we break, right? And we are so repulsed by it. And the reason we're repulsed is because we're family. But it's like, what do you think the real reason is? Like, if you don't know the person, like I get it with like somebody you know, right? Like even if you was my fourth cousin or fifth cousin, whatever that is, but we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yo, I always looked at you like family. It's kind of like I don't have that attraction for you. But if you found out somebody was like your second cousin or something, well, first cousin, you found out your first cousin, but you never heard of this person. Like I'm talking about, I just come to the planet, boom, this and that, this whole time, and it's like, what is the repulsion? Is it just like, oh, we're related? Like, is that the?
Yeah, it would be the repulsion of, oh, we're related. Like
So like
we
what?
have, there is something in our DNA that connects us. So I don't want to experiment with that. I don't know.
So then it's not the relation, it's the fact that you might have a baby that got something wrong with. Like, is that what?
You said they got something wrong with it?
Yeah, because they
what
say,
if
you know, with
don't- What if
inbreeding.
you don't want to have babies though? What if you can't?
Well,
have
and that's
babies,
why I'm
though?
asking, and that's what I'm
So-
asking this question, like, because we all have this repulsion to be like, oh, that's family, we can't do that, make fun of Alabama and all this stuff. So I'm wondering, like, where is our actual repulsion at?
Oh, where it comes from?
Like, is it just that it's a stigma and it's taboo? Like,
It's
one
like
of the
family taboo. Yeah.
Yeah,
we related.
the stigma
Ugh.
is taboo because
Yeah.
it's like if this naturally happens, like when Freud was talking about the child being attracted to his mother, the boy being attracted to his mother, or the girl being attracted to their father, you know what I mean? And that's why they always say, like, you know, men, we tend to go get a woman that reminds us of our mother, and girls get a man that remind them of their father, and so forth and so on. So there's that natural attraction there. We, through social structure, push that out of people, right? Like, for the most part, unless you in certain states, right? But we push that out of people to the point where it's socially not acceptable. So if it was socially acceptable, do you think people would still have the same, like,
No, I think people would do it because it's socially acceptable. But one thing I think that person is missing, though, is because when a child is brought forth, they only share time with that mother or that father or whatever the parent figure is for them. So if it was a person who had multiple people around in the same amount of time, they spend the same amount of time with each or whatever, like how you would a mother and a father figure, that would be, what would you say then?
You're talking about like the whole village raises a child thing?
No, not a village. I'm talking about in the household.
You're talking about they spend a significant amount of time
with more people besides mother and father.
So like if
their
so we have a
attraction
baby.
would be, it's because we're the first, like for a baby, you are the first thing that the first person, the first people that this child sees. So they go and they grow to admire you. So then is it admiration or is it really physical attraction?
But don't you, like, I admire you.
Yeah, and so a child will admire me too. So it's not, I don't think that what he's talking about, he's skipping over the fact that it's really probably not physical attraction, like, oh my God. There at no point did I look at my dad and say, damn, my dad's sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so it's more of
so
like
it's not, it's an admiration.
Yeah, it's more of an
Because
admiration.
you're
it's
the
like,
first
damn.
person I know. You're the first person I see. You take care of me. You do. So that's where this love grows. It doesn't grow from a place of, damn. It don't grow from that place, you know? Ew.
Damn.
It don't grow from that place.
Damn. Yo, so all right, let me see what happened. So Matt, Keita, this actually was a fear of mine growing up. I didn't know my dad, so if a man favored me, I would be skeptical, thinking he may be my brother or something. Big fact, you know, especially if Papa was a Rolling Stone, shit could fuck around, get real, right? Matt Grisdale said, I feel like any blood is incest. But it's like, all right, so if we feel like any blood is incest, so we talking about 0.001%. Like, if we believe in the stories that we've read, especially in religions, like we all come from the same place. Like, if life all started on Africa, there's a chance that somewhere down the line we 0.000001 or something, right? So, like one drop in the gallon or something like that, right? So,
Matthew, you found this perfect gal, okay?
Everything.
Perfect. Everything. Body banging. Mwah, all that good stuff, and she piques your interest in different ways, and you find out that this is your mom's cousin's child.
Which would be what?
What you doing?
Mom's cousin's child. What's that?
That's the second cousin.
That's second. Okay.
What you doing? Like it's just something about this girl. You just
Matt about to come through
head
and
over heels.
break some dick off in it. That's what he about to do.
What you doing?
Yeah, so while we're waiting on that one from him, from our brother Dave Holliger, he said, this happens to be a friend of mine, and they actually had a baby, and they didn't know and found out at a family reunion. So what they do, Dan? So what they do?
Do tell.
What they do? Like, what? Yo,
Like,
imagine that's crazy. Like, we go to a family reunion, my family reunion, your family reunion, and we pull up or something like that, and I'm sitting there walking with like, I'm at your family reunion. I'm walking with the baby. I got the baby, and it's like, oh, yeah, you got a new baby. They go, hey, how you doing? This, that, da. All right, you know that. Oh, and then everybody look at you.
That's so-and-so, baby.
Hold on. You know y'all cousins is like, the baby just start crying. like on the movies and shit.
Hold up the church finger. I'll be back.
Hold up.
I gotta go.
Let me go break some dick off in you one more time.
All until
And Keita said that's some weirdness. She responded to that. Matt said there's a story about two kids that are siblings and they were adopted by different people. I heard about this one at birth, and they've been together for years and did a DNA test for fun.
Oh,
and then my boy Matt, keeping it a buck. Answer, no comment.
No comment.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay.
You gonna go break some dick off.
That's because you ain't find that boom,
you know what I mean? Jessica Rabbit come through there. You gonna be like, hey, cuz. Hey, cuz, let me break some dick off in you. Like, nah, don't even try. And that's just But Dave, what you saying? It happens to a friend
What
of mine.
just
And that's just
happened?
what happened. What happened? You
What just
skipping
what
the whole
happened?
juicy details,
Oh,
dog.
right. I need juicy details blow by blow.
What they clapping cousin cheeks over there? What they doing over
Or
there?
he's talking about a scenario when it's like the baby. Like y'all cousins, right? What do they
yeah.
do? What do they do, Dave? What do they do?
Yeah, because I really want. I think, and I really be thinking that because the reason why a lot of people say that would be such an easy thing to do. Like, for instance, if you found out that your wife, like in that one, when he talking about they were siblings at birth, they had a kid together, they did this and that, did the DNA test, found out it was family. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm just cutting it off because you got no skin in the game. You know what I mean? Like, one,
it's easy for you to say.
It's easy for you to say right now, but I'm telling you right now, if I found out that Fox was my cousin, that would be tough to be like.
That would be the most heartbreaking thing I ever.
Yeah, it'd be up here like, now I'm starting to question this shit. Like,
we had asked that question one time before, didn't we?
They ended it and raised the child. Well,
So
God bless him, more company. So this kid got this is the other thing about it too. So I had looked it up when I was thinking about this topic before on the
that
podcast
has to
because
be
Kevin
weird
Gates.
to raise a child together and knowing this your cousin, you were supposed to.
You
be
know how
for,
hard
like,
it is to explain to a kid who
Y'all might as well
everybody
stay
is.
together then.
Might as well be together. And now just imagine you over there. You see, like I see Fox with a new dude. Like, she see me with a new girl.
And
like,
all the family reunion.
and then we find out they cousins too. Everybody cousins. I'm gonna start spreading lies, rumors. Like, look at her, got another cousin. She loved his blood. Huh? But
that got to be weird. You going to a family gathering for whatever the purpose is, and I have a new dude, and it's like, well, who's that dude? Whatever. Oh, we were cousins. Like, I'm explaining to him, you my cousin. Like, could you imagine being the other person? Like,
hey, my boy,
but
Matt
y'all
said,
got a baby together.
roll
What?
tide. Roll Tide. We're gonna be Alabama, baby. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yo, because like people, it's always easy for people to say these scenarios, right? It's like when they'll give you that thing, they be like, "Yo, for $5 billion, would you kiss a dude?" It's like, and dude's like, "Ain't no way, man. All money ain't good money." Put some lipstick on a pig, make it do a jig. But what you mean, $5 billion? I'm kissing whomever.
I got the
for $5
perfect
billion.
color for you.
You know what I'm saying? I be out there.
I'm coaching them through it.
Yeah, baby,
Shit.
just close your eyes. Think about me. Think about me. I'm over there looking like Ernest when he had to kiss the trolls on there. Yo, because it's always easy for people to say like, "Oh, $5 billion. I ain't doing this, and I ain't kissing no dude. I ain't doing no dude for $5 billion. $5 billion?
I'm doing it.
$5 billion. We doing some things.
Kissing
Would
a
you
dude
let your
for
wife?
$5 billion.
Would you let your wife do this? Now they had some dumbass question in one of the groups on Facebook, and it's like, would you let your significant other have sex with somebody else? Yeah, they're clean and they got the paperwork and this and that. And would you let them have sex with them for? And it was like millions of dollars. And I'm like, I'm holding her hair. Like, I'm over there cheering on, baby. Throw it back, goddamn. We might get extra. Like, what you like? Fuck you. Somebody over there with $100 million, and I'm be over there like, no, you can't
my
have
case
my
as
wife.
to why this need to happen.
Yeah, man, get out of here, bro. And then with a highly Dave said he invited her and she invited him, not knowing it was the same reunion on the same beach on the same day. This is real convenient.
Oh, we got.
Oh, you here too?
You got
You
on the beach.
what?
I do too.
And then they find out they probably like
Let's
fourth
go.
cousins, and that shit don't even matter.
No, they could have raised that
Alex
baby
said,
together.
and that's how they found out. That's crazy. And my
Keep it
boy
in the
Matt
family.
said, "Hey man, we don't let the Navy fuck us for less." Big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts. I done gave up the 20 best years of my life, and I ain't made $1 million off that shit. So it's like, nah, I probably made $1 million. But when you count it, I mean,
Yeah,
I done made a couple million. But just dealing with man, get out of here. So I think that's what it is. When it come down to that whole thing, I think if you don't got no skin in the game, it's easy to just be repulsed. Like, you know what I mean? We just met, found out we was cousins. Like, damn, that's crazy. And we laugh about it. We drink. Maybe we become friends. Well, we family, so maybe we become cool, this and that, and the whole nine. But I think it's
This got to
easy.
be crazy, especially if there was a really intense
That's what I'm talking
sexual
about.
attraction. Like,
Yeah, I'm talking about like
my cousin, but my cousin. My cousin, like that's crazy as hell.
that's crazy because I think the thing about it is it's the social stigma that comes with it. It's the social stigma or either the familiarity that you have with this person to look at them like something else, right? Like those are the two things that I think actually repulse us because if you're beautiful, right? Like if I found out you was my cousin, that wouldn't make you like, oh damn, you ugly. No, you still gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
Like you still gorgeous. I'm still like the thing that's going to kill a sexual attraction, I believe, got to be the mental thing from one, the social taboo, and two, if we had we wouldn't have had that familiarity, so it just would have been a social taboo. But I think
Yeah.
those are the two things that make it for people to be like, oh, that's wrong. It's the social taboo, and it's the familiarity that we like. What you expect, the expectation of how we feel because I've looked at you like a cousin or a sister or something like that. So when it comes time, you say some, yo, we could just do this now. It's like it just don't feel right. But I think even with that familiarity and everything else, I think if it wasn't socially taboo, I don't think it would be that big of a thing.
No, and if you're talking about too, back in the day, that's how it was.
Yeah, you look at that damn Game of Thrones, boy, they over there.
Not even Game of Thrones, real life. Like,
Yeah, real
that's
life,
how it
yeah.
was.
Especially down in the country or something like that. Ain't that Katie May? Y'all know y'all cousins? So. And then when you look at it, actually people worry about like the baby coming out with some type of defect. And the reason I wound up looking at this because I was wondering how inbred do dogs have to be? Because when you keep those pure blood dogs, you do a lot of inbreeding to keep them pure blood. But when you do that, you risk the chance of increasing whatever like bad traits that they have in them. You run a chance of doing that. Like if this dog,
Rottweilers.
yeah, you know what I mean. You inbreed English bulldogs, for instance, them dumbass looking dogs, right? They go through all that because of inbreeding. So I was looking at that, and then you know how the next article pop up, and it's talking about. And it was talking about like family and it got into talking about like family and the effects on a baby. And it's really like a really small percentage. Like I thought it was like instantly like if I'm your brother, you my sister, we have a baby, that baby is going to be fucked up.
I wonder what genetically is the precursor or the carrier for that type of or whatever type of disability, right? Because if you look at the story that happened in Australia, I forgot what they call this girl. Anyway, her dad ended up locking her up in a bunker, okay, and fathered 5 kids from her. All of them they had all kind of issues, all of them, all 5 of them. And so my thing was like, that's pretty close though. But then when you look at other situations that's happened, I tend to see, just like what you said, it's more people who, okay, well, they had a baby together and the baby's fine. Or brother and sister had a baby together and the baby's fine.
I think like, I don't know shit about science, but I imagine it's just like when you're so close, it's just like you ain't got a lot. Like when you grabbing them chromosomes, you ain't got a lot of choices on the shelf.
Yeah, so.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, both got the same one of these. All right, well, fucking, hope that works out. Well, you know what I mean? And now it's like you got, now when those chromosomes, DNA supposed to like chain linking everything together, it's just like, man, it's the same shit. What's going on around here? And
haywire.
Yeah, everything go haywire.
I wonder so those people who were born of incest, like I wonder what their life is like.
Do you wonder what their life is like because of genetically because of it or like socially?
More socially than genetically.
I think it depends on like, are you still living in Alabama in that same trailer?
No, you just integrated into society somehow. I wonder what their life is like, knowing that, hey, my mom and my dad are brothers and sisters.
I wonder what their family reunion is like. It's only like 10 people there.
They probably don't go,
They probably don't go because it's going to turn into a fucking swingers camp or something.
I don't know what the hell it's going to be, but that has to be wild and just confusing too. Confusing for that person.
I think that they probably have to, I think that their whole idea of a family dynamic and structure would have to be like ridiculously different. And I would imagine if you brought up in, and this is just me spitballing, right? Just first thing that come to my head. I'd imagine if you brought up in something like that it would be much more likely to continue that cycle because there's no social taboo almost to stop you as much.
You were the product of it.
Yeah, you like, so it's like, well, I'm fine, and this and that, and blah, 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 and who do you relate more?
I don't care if you're my cousin. I love you.
yeah, it's some weirdo shit like that, right? So, I don't know. It's wild. But,
sir,
me and Fox ain't related.
So we basically, Gun to Your Head today is brought to you by this podcast right here. What you doing? You either going to smash your cousin or your first cousin, your first close cousin. What's up? What's up? Or find out that I'm your sister.
So I got to fuck my first cousin, or I find out that you're my sister.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple questions. You know how I am. So, does that mean you're my sister regardless, and I just find out on one and the other one I don't find out, or we just saying like instantly, boom, smack, you're my sister?
Yeah.
But our relationship has been the same up to this point, and then it's just boom.
Everything's the same. You find out I'm your sister this whole time.
Oh, I gotta crack cheeks on a cousin.
Yeah.
How many times? I just want to know, is this gonna be like an every Friday thing? Like my Fridays are over, or I don't want to not be with you. I'd have married your ass. Like I expect to spend my life with you. It's like,
hey,
hey, cuzzo, like just one time. Man, put some lipstick on the pig, make him do a jig, man. Hey, man, I don't want to lose my wife. Like, crack one time. Put the bag over. You understand what I'm up against? You understand what I'm up against? Be your dumb ass. Put your head in the pillow.
Put your head in the pillow.
Yeah. Don't be saying no shit from when we was kids either. Throwing out no nicknames and shit from when we was kids and shit like that. Hey, Scooby. Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear none of that shit. But yeah, I'm not giving up my wife. I'm not giving up my wife to crack one cousin one time.
Close one too, the one you like.
Oh, you mean somebody I'm actually like?
With. Yeah.
Oh,
I ain't talking about no distant cousin.
I thought we was just saying that this is my cousin, never met her before.
Nah.
Oh.
You talking about a cousin that you like heart with, like. Yeah, it got a little difficult then. Yeah.
What's your answer?
Huh? We talking about you.
What's your answer?
We talking about you.
Nah, cause I done already been out here swimming for a while, and you'll try to end the podcast, goddamn Alabama. Come on, Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Which one you pick? I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna come back to it.
You can't come back to it. What
Yes,
y'all doing in the chat? What y'all doing in the chat? The question was, gun to your head, if you have a significant other. So either you smashing your very close first cousin, or you find out your spouse is actually your brother and sister or sister. What you doing?
Yo, what's your answer?
Come here, cuz. What's up, baby?
Yeah, I think I gotta. I might have to like halfway rub one out in the bathroom.
I'm like, come here, cuz. What's up?
Yo, I gotta halfway rub one out in the bathroom to the point where I come out, I only got 3 pumps left. Like I'm coming out there and I'm up like, all right, we done. I did it. Give me goddamn wife back. Get out of here.
Give me oh.
But and this the other thing too. Otherwise, I've been fucking my sister the whole time. Yeah. Sorry, cuz. That shit gonna be wild.
I said cousin 100% because it's the same question as would you smash your sibling? Or
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's about the same thing. Yeah,
smash and leave. David say.
I'm telling you, I guess we might just not be close no more, cause I don't want that. Like I don't never want that shit to come up in the drunk conversations. They're like, you know what I mean? Hey, you remember that time? Oh! Fucking Jezebel! Don't you ever speak of that shit again?
What if they want to come back? Who if they want a double take? Like, I ain't got nobody tonight. What's up?
No, fuck out of here. That shit ain't happening. Ugh.
I made you something.
Not I made you something. Fuck out of here. Nah, ain't nothing.
What you doing for your birthday tonight, cuz? Like, what's up? Oh my God. We said it's the first podcast.
Miguel, whatever. Nah, you don't unhear
How
this
do you
shit.
unhear? No, you don't unhear it, Miguel. You don't unhear
this
it.
shit here. It's done. Yeah, I'm done with this, man. I'm about to go take a shower, pray. Fuck out of here.
So, you guys, thank you for sitting in with us, Uncle Legend's Corner. We appreciate all the support you guys have given to us. Thank you for the comments, the participation, and suggestions. So if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, anything that's been on your mind, if you want to be a part of the show, hit us up. AskUncleLegend@gmail.com. Peace.
Peace.
Cuz.
Get the fuck off.
Little baby. Come here, little baby. Oh, my goodness. You should just got taken out from that one.
Nah, you know, I love my life too much. If I gotta break some dick off from somebody to live, dick will be broke off.
Oh, for your wife, I love you too.
You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta live. And this is the other thing. I can either kill myself or I can sit there and be like, no wonder we got this. No wonder we got the same nose.
Oh my God.
Hey, you start looking and then like you can imagine start looking at it more and more. We start looking alike, like we just start looking alike. It's like That's fucking disgusting, dog. I'm out of there. Get me out of there. All right, man. If y'all still here, yo, podcast over. We just in overtime. Whatever y'all want to talk
Hanging
about.
out
Y'all
with
want to throw some
y'all.
ideas up.
Y'all want to really tell what y'all do now?
Now they like, oh, don't worry, I turned off the
It's
audio
not-
recording.
The recording is done.
Y'all can go ahead and say
Speak freely.
somebody in the chat right now, and they was like, I'll fuck my cousin free. Delete.
Delete. Oh,
I
they
already
wanna
did
say
it. This
that.
nigga delete.
They might think
That's
that.
who my wife is right now. That's why you look delete. Oh yeah, Tom McDonald. Matt wanted us to listen to this dude named Tom McDonald here rapper.
Tom McDonald?
I mean, yeah, you could say it like
Okay.
that one. Tom McDonald. He ain't singing E-I-E-I-O. That ain't one of the tracks.
It sound like it to me.
Watch his last name McDonald. It's not even McDonald. It's McDonald.
Tom McDonald.
Tom don't even got nothing to do with it.
Oh,
Yo, you a wild girl.
we need to have a better rap name. He's awesome.
You gotta have it, but that's probably his real name.
Okay.
Why you gotta have a real name? No gimmicks, probably. I don't
The
know.
fact that he said awesome, it's kind of like, I don't know. Why he can't be dope? Like, you know, like, he gotta be awesome.
Yeah, all right.
Nah, we gonna check him out, though, Matthew. We'll check him out.
Make it do what it do, baby. What else y'all got? Because let's get into bedtime.
What was this? What?
There's nothing. That was Manny was saying. He said maybe they were into piss play and golden showers. Talking about the old people who shitting and pissing on the grave.
Okay.
Mm.
Stop.
Boy, you can tell when you think about something. You want to talk?
Nope. I don't want to talk.
As soon as we want to talk?
No.
Hey, cuz, don't act like that. Nah. All right, y'all. Fox, you got anything else?
No.
Good.
No, we're good.
We done here?
We're good. What's
Can
up,
we end
y'all?
this? Y'all got anything else for us?
He ready to go. He just want to go lay on my bosom. Do you want to do?
All right. I'm done
All
with
right, y'all. Peace. We'll see you guys on Wednesday, okay? Same time.
it. Wednesday. I mean, Sunday?
I mean, shit. Sunday. Oh, no, maybe not Sunday.
We might be back by then.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Right. Maybe we'll do a Saturday.